Hey, no, I'm Tone Bot, no, I'm Tone Bot, no, I'm Tone Bot. We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. Look, you might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know it's the king. Too loyal, no, I'm Tone Bot. Ratchet TV. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell so you can get the drop whenever I drop. So boom. Man. We got to talk, Ratchet Gang. We got to chop it up. Look, right about now, let's get right into this Mo3 situation. Man, I'm about sick of this damn case, and I can't wait for the trial just so I can get my I told you so moments in with everybody. There's been a lot transpiring in this case. There's been people spiraling out of control. There's been people clicking back up. Now they're getting distant from each other. There's a lot to unpack when it comes to the Mo3 case. I don't know what the hell's gonna come out in trial, but hell, we just now finna get into May, and it's cranking the freak up. I'm talking about it is cranking all the way up. Uh so what, and that's allegedly, and everything I say is alleged, and it's all under the Fair Use Act. And you can see the fair use disclaimer in the description of this video and in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the fair use disclaimer in the description of this video. And everything I say is alleged. Allegedly. So let's get right into it, man. Lately you've been seeing the sisters, Jocy, Jackie, Sweet Pea. They've been popping back out, and you got to ask yourself, why the hell is what is going on to where they popping back out? What's going on? Why do y'all need to do interviews right now? What is the big deal of what has changed in the past 5 years from when you did your first interview to now? Nobody's talking about you. No one is jumping down Jocy's throat saying, "Oh, you set Mo3." Well, now they are, because you opened your goddamn mouth again, and you shouldn't have done that. Because before that, to be real, nobody was talking about the sisters. Let's just be honest. And even in the beginning, no one knew who y'all were. Y'all clout chased on Quotita. Y'all hit up Quotita. Whoever hit up Quotita sets up an interview for what, I don't fucking know, because nobody in the city of Dallas, Texas was threatening you. Nobody in the city of Dallas, Texas knew who the fuck y'all were. Nobody in the city of Dallas, Texas even knew what you guys looked like. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. We just heard Mo3 died leaving a girl's house, and that's it. Nobody thought nothing of nothing. As soon as y'all jumped out doing interviews, and people started looking like, hold on, these bitches set him up. Just be real. Only way people knew who y'all was is if they was in the know. Nobody was hunting Jocy down. No one was hunting Jackie down. No one was hunting Sweet Pea. No one was saying nothing to T Topics. Nobody said a word to these people. And if so, pull out the fucking receipts, because they've been saying, I got the messages. I'll send the messages right now. I could post the receipts of me getting threatened. You've never posted them. We haven't seen no messages of you being threatened back when this first went down. And show us the proof. Who was threatening you when this first took place? Because I don't remember y'all being on no one's big screen until y'all did the Quotita interview. I don't remember y'all faces being anywhere. I didn't know who the fuck the girl was. He left the house, and I live right here in the city of Dallas. I'm like, who? Who the fuck is Jocy? Everybody's like, I don't know, man, just some chick, bro. He was leaving her house, woo. And that was it. And even if people did feel like y'all set the shit up, or you set the shit up, Jocy, no one was looking for you. There was a lot going on. It was like, what, 20-something shootings in the week of Mo3 being unalived, and you wasn't a target of none of them. So no one was knocking on your door asking you questions about your relationship with Mo3. You came to the internet and told everybody you was his last girl he was seen with. Y'all all was in that raggedy ass bed, sitting up there with all them damn dirty, never mind, sitting up there with a lot of noise in your background. Yeah, I'm not gonna, whatever. So anyway, y'all was over there with your Cheeto Puff ponytails in your head. Oh yeah, girl, he was fucking them nachos up, wasn't he? Wasn't he fucking them nachos up, girl? With your raggedy ass up there. So you was there. Your baby daddy was there. Sweet Pea was there. Mo3 was there. Jocy was there. All the kids was there. So what the fuck was Mo3 thinking kicking it with you ghetto ass females? I have no idea. Allegedly. Allegedly. Did I say allegedly? I think I did. I did my disclaimer. Cool. Yeah, I did. I did do my disclaimer. All right. So with that being said, I wanted to go back and look at the interview I did with Jocy to see if those stories line up all the way because Jocy has now come out of her face to disrespect Mo3 and to say ain't gonna be no justice for Mo3. Ain't no justice. If I get on that stand, I'm gonna throw the entire case. She has went on to say if she takes the stand, she's gonna try to free. She's gonna attempt to free her baby daddy based on her snitching on Mo3. That ain't how the court system works, baby girl. Mo3's dead. He's not on trial for anything. Mo3 ain't here no more and even if he was there was an attempt on his life, not the other way around. No one shot at Devin Brown. Devin Brown ain't in a casket. Devin Brown is in a jail cell for plotting and planning the unaliving of Mo3. Then she said, well, my baby daddy didn't do nothing. He ain't the shooter. He ain't the shooter. He planned it out and he knew about it. He stalked your house just like Keywan did, goofy. You don't think we know the real facts of this case? Or do you think we're green enough to just believe Devin Brown is innocent all of a sudden? You turned him in and said he had something to do with it. So what are you talking about? He's just as responsible as Keywan and Yella Beezy. They're all just as responsible as each other and Jerry Johnson. Every one of them is just as responsible as the other person. Everyone planned it out. This is capital unaliving with remuneration. They were paid to take out Mo3. Let's not rewrite history here. Let's not change the facts. Just because you get your 400-pound looking ass up there on Munchie, whatever the fuck that dude name, whoever he is, you got up there on dude platform, and I ain't mad at him at all. He just doing what the fuck he's supposed to do to get in the game. I ain't mad at that. He just, hey, that's just what he got to do. But you, on the other hand, you ain't mentioned your baby daddy. You ain't mentioned none of the real facts in the case. You just got up there just because you was mad at Rainwater, and it's another bash Rainwater interview. I'm getting sick of hearing about Rainwater. Look, bruh, the facts are coming out with you girls speaking, and now everyone is led to believe Rain didn't have nothing to do with this shit. I apologized to him yesterday. I like, damn, bro, I had you completely fucked up. It sounds like Rain truly is the one person shooting out to get justice if you looking at the actions, because the actions are Rain is doing nothing but exposing the people that are centered around this shit. Rain has been trying to focus on the people that are centered around this shit since 2021. It just makes he looks guilty as fuck by some of the things that he does and says. And you got to admit, Rain does a lot of guilty looking shit. So I've always said over the past year, I've been saying, I would say over the past year, I've come to the realization that Rainwater is guilty of just being a shitty friend. Rainwater is just guilty of being a shitty person in general. If Rain put the play into motion, then Rain would have had to work with these females. I don't see that. Rain would have had to work with Yella Beezy. I don't see that. Rain would have to work with Trap. I don't see that. Rain would have to work with GRC. I don't see that. CME. I don't see that. Rain would have had to work with everyone who hates him right now, and he's thrown all of them under the bus since Mo3's died. They've attempted to throw him under the bus and just like, oh, well, look at the person who was right there next to him. Oh, if you really had a receipt on Rainwater setting Mo3 up, all of y'all hate Mo3. I mean, well, hate Mo3 and hate Rainwater so much. Y'all hate them two so much. Y'all would jump in front of a moving train just to expose whatever the hell y'all could. Now Jocy wants to go expose Mo3. It's too late to even try to do some shit like that. Jocy, no matter what you do or say, your baby daddy is never coming home. And if he does come home, it'll be in about 15 to 30 years, somewhere in that ballpark. He ain't finna come home no time soon. I doubt he even gets a less than a 10-year sentence for this shit. He's gonna try to snitch. You gonna try to get him off, but this ain't gonna work like that. So let's revisit some things that you had going on in the beginning of this stuff, Jocy. I want to revisit some stuff that you had going on in the beginning because I got a lot to say about y'all females, but let's let the record speak for itself. Do y'all want to just let the record speak for itself? Let's get right on in here, Jocy. Let's get right on in here. Let's get right on in here. Man.
Was active.
Let's go. Hold on. All right, let's go.
you probably don't know, that's when Keys to the Streets was active, and that's how I met him. He was
poking. It's a Facebook group, correct?
Yeah, Facebook group.
Okay,
he was Facebook, and that's how we started. We started talking from Facebook.
So y'all were just talking on the Facebook group, and how long from you talking to the Facebook group to you actually meeting him?
I talked to him for 3 years, like on the phone. I didn't talk to him on the Facebook group. We actually had exchanged numbers, and I used to talk to him on the phone, like here and there. I talked to him for 3 years, and
so she met Mo3 in a Facebook group. She said she met Mo3 in a Facebook group. They start communicating because she gave him her number, and they started talking on the phone for 3 years. Do y'all believe that? Let's continue.
I met him I met him last year. I met him last year, like in person.
So what took y'all so long to meet each other?
I didn't want to talk to him because I was scared to talk to him because of everything that was going on with him. And
all his beefs in the street and stuff?
Yeah,
so you were scared to talk to him because of all his beefs in the streets, but I thought you didn't really know what he had going on. You see, when you go back and listen to these lies that she told in the beginning, now we're looking at the end of this, and it's like, Jocy, so you did know about Devin and his beef. You did know about Yella and his beef. You did know. You knew that your baby daddy didn't like him. You just said, I didn't know they had no issues, but I didn't know Mo3 and my baby daddy had no issue. What are you talking about? You just said right there you were scared to talk to him in 2020. You met him. See, you said y'all talked for 3 years and you just met him this last year. I did this interview in 2021, meaning you met him in person for the first time in 2020 when the play was set in motion to take him out. So you met him. You've been talking to your baby daddy on the back end like, this nigga Mo3 been in my DM. He probably like, yeah, link up with that nigga. Hell yeah. So this play was already put into motion.
Asked me that, and I was just like, you got a lot of good stuff going on. And actually, he used to contact my mama to see if he could take me on dates. My mom used to ask, why you on a date with him? I was like, I'm scared. I don't want to be with him. If something happened, I just, I try to.
So you were weary of hanging around him because of the beef he had in the streets?
Yeah.
He was contacting your mama to take you out on a date. Your mama was like, go out on a date with him, but you was like, I don't want to be seen out with him and something happened. So you knew.
Okay. And the people that are trying to connect that with saying that y'all were all friends with people he didn't like, is that correct or not correct?
That's incorrect.
So pictures that people pulling up, I think it was Jackie.
My sister used to hang with Yella. She rapped with him. We went to school with him. I went to school with him.
No, she said rapped with him. T-Topics in the background. No, went to school. Her big ass in the back. Went to school, not rap. No, don't say that. The hell no. Now we know that she connected in the game. Now we know she big crippin'. He big crippin'. No, don't say that. You can't. You don't ruin that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Went to school.
With him just my freshman year at Lancaster. But I was never cool with him. Like I never hung out with him or nothing like that. Talked to him.
So Jocy also went to school with Yella Beezy. That slip passes. Jocy and Jackie went to school with Yella Beezy.
None of that. Him and my sister had a relationship, but my sister and him stopped having a relationship like way back in 2012.
Jocy just admitted to us back then that Yella Beezy dated Jackie. Yella Beezy and Jackie had a relationship back in 2012. The keys to the pieces to the puzzle are starting to connect. If you go back and then rewind and then fast forward to today, now the play is getting put together.
So that's all that shit was old, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's old. Like my sister stopped being friends with him. He started doing his music, and
So they're not friends to this day?
No, they're not friends.
Okay, so back to you and Mo3. So it took y'all 3 years to actually sit down and, actually get together. You were weary about him being in all this beef. So when you finally got with Mo3, tell me about y'all relationship from the point you met him to the point of his passing.
When I met him off of Facebook, from seeing him on the internet, I thought, oh, this boy got something going on. Like, but then when I met him and I got to get to know him, like he was actually cool. Like he was funny. Like he just was genuine. He was just like a regular person. Like he didn't act like your average rapper, like famous, all stuck up. Like he act like when I met him and stuff. He came to Mama house the first time I met him.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. I like it.
So it was just like a friendship, or was it like more I like you and you like me?
Yeah, it was a friendship. It was like I like you and you like me, but it was we were vibing. Like it was like a friend. We was friends.
Okay. Did you ever become more than friends with him?
And what do you mean by that? Like, did we get in a relationship with
Did
each other?
you? Was there? I mean, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty obvious. You probably had some physical stuff there, but what I'm asking is, was there a relationship as far as we're dating or we're talking or we're trying to see what's up?
Yeah.
Okay, so were y'all boyfriend and girlfriend?
No, we was not boyfriend and girlfriend. We had not established that we was going together or we was in a relationship. We was
Okay,
like know each other.
so y'all were just in the getting to know each other phase in person.
Yeah. Because I
Gotcha.
had
But
so long.
do
I
you?
talked to him on the phone for 3 years. Like I actually used to talk to him. Like I just never had went out in public with him or went and met him. But so we was getting to know each other like in person and stuff like
You cut out.
that.
Oh, you froze, Jocy. You froze. There you go. There you go. I got you now. Okay. So let me ask you a question then. Okay. So since you and him were talking at this time, and y'all are trying to see yourself and pursue something, what was your relationship like with your baby's father?
I haven't been with my kid's dad in 3 years.
Okay.
And when I
So the
say
whole
haven't
3 years you were talking to Mo3, you had never dealt with your baby's father.
no.
Okay. And what was your relationship with your baby father the whole time? Were y'all just co-parenting or not speaking or?
Co-parenting and not speaking. Like me and my kid's father, we never had a good, even when we was together, we didn't have a
They were co-parenting but not speaking. What? Y'all were co-parenting and not speaking.
good relationship. So when we ended, the co-parenting relationship was even not a good co-parenting relationship. It was always him bashing me on the internet. Like if we'll get into it, he'll go to the internet and talk about me and stuff like that. Like,
But we went to the internet and he was just being a father to his kids, it seemed like. We went and dug up those receipts. But you could present yours.
so I just never, I was it was an abusive relationship that I was in. So I just decided to go my separate way. And I didn't deal with him on no type of level, sexually, friendly, nothing. It was just all about my kids.
Okay. So that's all I want to touch with on that subject. So my next question to you is, what was Mo3's energy like the night before in the morning that he left?
His energy was just talking like he always do, like we normally do. We always talk. Like we just had to come. We talked about. He showed me his old videos that he recorded in North Dallas. We talked about King Von. We talked about my kids. His energy was just his regular energy.
So you just
He
being
wasn't
normal
sad.
Mo3.
Yeah, he wasn't sad or nothing. We laughed. We talked for a pretty good time. We talked for about probably like an hour. Like we always talk. So he
So
was
the night
talking
he
to me.
came to your house, he spent the night at your house, correct?
Yes, he spent the night at my house.
So y'all just kicked it, had a good time, and then
Yeah.
the next morning he was still acting normal, like nothing. It was just a normal Mo3.
Yeah.
He didn't seem paranoid or feel like something's gonna happen to him or nothing like that.
He seemed some of his words that he used when he was talking to me, like he was saying that my son was going to remember that he talked to a rapper. Like some of that it always stick with me because I'm like, why he say he gonna remember he talked to a rapper? Like
When did he say this?
Again, right there, you start to see something ain't right because we know now that calls were being made, and we know now that Devin and Kiwan were sitting outside that house, and you knew about it. Your sisters knew about it. The text messages came out from Jackie admitting that he was going to come up in there and unalive y'all. Jackie knew this was going to happen. Nobody attempted to call the police. Nobody attempted to alert Mo3, but you're saying he was paranoid and he started telling your son, oh, yeah, they're going to remember that he was talking to. So what really was going on in that fucking house?
he said that when he was at my house the day that we talked that morning, he was like, he gonna remember his mama was talking to a rapper.
So he
And
said it like it was.
yeah, and I
He
was
bet.
just thinking, like, where you gonna go? I was thinking to myself, like, where you gonna go? Why he gonna be remembering? Like, where will you be? That's what I was thinking to myself, but it didn't really resonate until after he left. And I'd be thinking about stuff like that, and I'm like, dang, like he was a spiritual person. Like even though he talked about a lot of stuff in his songs, like he knew God. So I'm sure he probably knew because he knew right from
So
wrong.
you felt like he was acting a little off, just a tad.
I'm pretty sure he probably knew. You pretty sure he probably knew, right? That's an interesting. So what I want to know what the conversation really was that morning. Did you finally tell him like they was out there that night and you just waited for him he was about to leave? What I'm confused.
He was being Mo3,
Yeah.
but just a little,
Yeah.
like basically he was telling you this is it. You know,
I don't know. I can't necessarily say if he was or not. It's just something that always sits with me. I can't say or not if he was saying this is it. It's just, you know.
Was it typical for Mo3 to leave your house early in the morning, or would y'all kick it during the day, or how would it usually go? Was that his only time spending the night, or had he
No,
spent the night?
he spent the night over my house several different times, and I don't think it was early that morning. I think he left like around 12 or 1. But he never just got up and left my house. We always talked. Like it went
How the fuck could he leave at 12 or 1 if he's already dead at that time? He's already pronounced dead at that time.
in a relationship where he'll come over there and we do what we do and he leave. Like we actually had a friendship. Like we talked about stuff. So it wasn't like that. Oh, I'm gone. Get what I need and I leave. Like we always talk.
Y'all hung out and y'all were like real friends.
Yeah.
I got you. So on a typical time that he would spend the night with you, it would be he would leave around 12. You said he would leave around usually 12 or 1. Never early in the morning.
Different times, like it depended on what he had to do. I mean, he was a rapper. He was an entertainer, so he had different things that he had going on. So
on this particular day, was he like you said he left? What time did he leave your house that morning?
I think he left for that afternoon, like around 1. I think 1 or 12 afternoon, probably 12. It wasn't early in the morning.
Okay.
Live.
Okay. And what was the last thing he said to you?
Bye. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. Yeah, I'm calling you.
Already.
Now, I'm gonna call you. That stuff like that.
Okay. Now, how has life been for you since the passing of Mo3? Explain to me, and I want you to tell everybody that's watching you, how has Jocy Banks' life been since Mo3 died?
Sad. Just overwhelming because people blaming me for his death.
Why do you think they're doing that?
Because he was leaving my house, and people gonna be people, and they're gonna speculate, and they're gonna try to find somebody to blame.
And what would you have to gain out of this?
I wouldn't have nothing to gain out of it. I genuinely, that was my friend. Even before I met him in person, he still was my friend. He still talked to me and told me stuff. So meeting him in person wasn't like it was something I wasn't shy to meet him or nothing. It's just like we had finally made a relationship like way back.
My bad. Let me go back to it. My bad.
Let
me go back to it.
And what would you have to gain out of this?
I wouldn't have nothing to gain out of it. I genuinely, that was my friend. Even before.
So your friend that you're ready to expose now, the same friend that you said fuck justice for, ain't gonna be no justice. This is your friend, right? This same friend, I loved him genuinely, my friend, man. This was fuck everything else. This was really my friend, but in the same breath, be like, I'm gonna tell the truth on what he really told me. I'm gonna expose the hell out of him. Ain't gonna be no justice. I'm gonna throw the whole case. Damn, I would hate to be your enemy. If that's how you do your friends, I'd hate to be your op.
Or even before I met him in person, he still was my friend. He still talked to me and told me stuff. So meeting him in person wasn't like it was something I wasn't shy to meet him or nothing. It's just like we had finally met. Like we just clicked on that level. Like we just bonded. Like because we had already was talking to each other on the phone for so long. Like I cared about him. I don't care for what amount of money. I never set nobody up. So life for me have been just it's been just, I don't know, like I didn't even have time to grieve. I had people going on the internet. I had a girl that I worked with went on the internet and lied on me and said I put money on her head. It just was just too much.
But you didn't expose that Rainwater conversation yet. I thought Rainwater was hitting you up the next day. Why you not exposing that shit? I ain't heard Rain name, but you said Rain was the guiltiest one. Why I should have been hearing Rain.
It's just been, I've been dealing with it day by day. You know, I have my mom and I have my sisters and I got my brother and I got my daddy and I have my other family members and they've been helping me get through it, but it's hard.
Has it just been you catching a lot of slack, you know, a lot of slack for this? Or has it just been you? Has your whole family been getting like some how's it been for everybody?
My sisters caught slack for it as well. After Queen went live and said that we had something to do with it, my sisters was getting attacked as well. I don't know if they was receiving death threats like me, but people was actually sending me death threats and saying they was gonna kill me. They hope I die.
How do you not know if your sisters received death threats? I don't know if they was receiving death threats like me, but you know, I was. I'm pretty sure they would have told you if they was receiving death threats. That's pretty serious.
Just a lot of stuff like that I'm not even used to. So, and knowing that I don't have nothing to do with it, and it was hurtful.
So the Queen lady, I thought, see, at first that kind of confused me. I'm glad you brought it up. I thought that y'all were on the same side at first. I thought that y'all, it was cool and you did a live with her. Like, I didn't understand how you sat down and did a live with someone and then spinned into that.
Okay, so we was cool when I did the live with Queen. I genuinely thought that Queen was real when I did the live with her. First mistake, she wasn't. I should have listened to my mama. And at that moment, I can honestly say it wasn't my live. I was in a state of shock. I had never lost nobody that close to me. So when I did the live with Queen, I was just really, I feel like I did it trying to help to see what happened to him. And I thought that she could summon him somehow and talk to him and he could tell her what happened to him and who did it. That's what I thought was going to happen. But I know now that Queen didn't do it.
You knew who did it. You knew at that point Devin set it up. You was just on the internet running a play. You had already turned Devin in at this point. I don't know why the fuck you got on this internet lying and on this interview. You could have easily been like, my baby daddy had something to do with it. Because you remember you came back to my platform the day Devin got arrested and you was acting shocked. Oh man, I can't believe it. I would have never knew. I would have never. You did know. You the one who turned him in.
That live from a genuine place. She did it to get her following up and to get people to come follow her so that she can make money. Because even after he did his reading with her, he told me that he had nightmares and that she was reaching out to him to do an event with him so that people can come and get readings. And he was like, I'm not writing that lady back. And he was telling me that his mama told him that he shouldn't be doing that. It's not godly. And he was like, his auntie called him, was like, don't be getting a reading from her. So I wish that I didn't do that live with Queen. It just really backfired in the worst way.
So you feel like she was malicious?
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't. Like it was all for clout.
Yeah. It didn't come from a genuine place.
So in that live, someone says, your homeboy dead, it's time to pop bottles. And that's how she spent it. What was that about?
Look.
Queen,
somebody jumped up there. Look. As soon as I said that, somebody said your homeboy did, your partner did, whatever they said. Your partner did, it's time to pop bottle. I got this. That's T Topics ready to jump in there because they're trying to jump in front of this situation. Pay attention.
She merged the audio. She made an audio from someone's live that said that, and she merged those audios together.
So that was not from your residence.
That was not from my residence.
Who was it?
Who was what?
They said that, like, where did she get that from?
The person that was on the live.
It was on the freeway. He know.
The other rapper.
They said it was the person on the freeway that was in Dallas. T Topics is saying the other rapper. He know who he is.
Not saying no names. He know.
Yeah.
Not saying no names, but he know.
Yeah.
So
I would if it was merged audio, you shouldn't have knew where it came from. You see that? You see how y'all just snitched on yourselves? If Quatita would have just merged that audio in there, you would. I don't know where the fuck that came from. It wasn't on my end. That was on her shit. I don't know who the fuck that was. That would be my initial thing. I didn't. That wasn't my residence. I don't know who the fuck was on the other end of that shit. I don't know. I couldn't even make out the voice of who that was. I don't know what the fuck that was. That wasn't me. You knew who it was because y'all was on the phone with him. Whoever that was, y'all was sitting on the phone on FaceTime.
She took audio from that rapper and put it in the video she did with y'all?
Yes.
Ain't nobody cool with that person over here.
Yeah. I don't know him. I never met him before ever in my life.
You never met the other rapper?
Yeah, I never met him before. He don't know me. I don't know him.
Y'all never had one conversation?
We've never had one conversation. I've never seen him in person. He don't know me. I don't know him. I promise to God. Never
so
met
anybody who's trying to connect you and him in this whole situation, that's BS, is what you're saying?
It's BS. Never met him. He can't. He
so nobody will be able to find nothing on you with that guy ever.
Oh.
Okay.
Searching.
Why do you feel like your name has not been cleared publicly?
I feel like my name wasn't cleared. I know that my name wasn't cleared because of an album sale. I was never suspect in the first place. When I found out that Mo3 had passed away, I called the detectives and told them that he was in my house. They never had to come look for me. I called them. But
You also called the detectives and told them your baby daddy did it too. You also called those same detectives and told them what happened.
Left my house. What do I need to do to help? Because he was leaving from with me.
So you were cooperating 100% fully when this started.
And from the start.
But you're leaving out the fact that you notice how in no interview she will mention Devin Brown. She's never mentioned Devin. She will not talk about Devin, even though she knew for a fact Devin did this shit. Even though she knew she turned him in, she's still on this internet pretending like Devin didn't do shit.
Okay. And the detectives never questioned you like you were a suspect.
They never
You basically,
suspect. I even gave them my phone. They didn't even, I volunteered my phone for them to look through my phone. I was never a suspect.
so you say it was about an album sale. What would make you think it would be about an album sale?
Because that was told to me.
Who told you that?
That's what Rainwater told me. That he didn't want to hear my name because Mo3 prophesied his death with that Money Maya song.
Why are people connecting you and Money Maya? Are you Money Maya?
I'm not Money Maya. And if you listen to Rain interviews and he tell you Mo3 spoke highly of them, like he spoke highly of her, he spoke highly of her sisters. Is he speaking highly of Money Maya in the song?
No.
He said Money Maya is a snake bitch, and she set niggas up and get paid to go on trips, and she goes to funerals. I don't know. I ain't been to nobody's funeral. Go to my page. I haven't been to no funerals.
Okay. Who is Money Maya?
I can't disclose. I don't know who Money Maya is. And if I do have an idea, I wouldn't put nobody's life in danger.
But she told me she did know who Money Maya is because Mo3 told her. You see how she lies, and lies? You do know who Money Maya is. You admitted it on my channel later that, yeah, I know who Money Maya is. I'm just not going to say nothing, but I don't know who Money Maya is. And you're looking over to the corner at your mama who also knows who Money Maya is with her nosy ass.
I'm not that type
But you
of
do feel like, but you do have an idea who you think it is.
Yes. But I'm not gonna put nobody's life in danger. In this whole situation, my life was in danger, and I have kids, and I have people that was threatening me. I wouldn't want to put that on nobody else. That's not the type of energy I want to be getting from people. People think that this not the type of attention that I want to have for being known to be setting up somebody, getting somebody killed. No.
Okay. So you say Rainwater basically told you, you were asking him to clear your name, and he said, I'm not doing it because I want people to basically think you Money Maya, and we're gonna sell this album.
He said that he didn't say that that he wanted them to basically think that, but yeah.
He insinuated it.
Brought up the Money Maya song though. So yeah, I guess you can say that, yeah. Basically.
You recently go ahead, I'm sorry.
So what were you gonna say?
You recently did a live on Instagram, and you recently did a live on Instagram, and you were like, you know, Rain was saying all this about 3. Rain was talking down on him. Rain said he had his clothes on. He was stretched out on the freeway. He's embarrassed. Look at you. You tend over pussy. You're weak and behind these women. You say that Rainwater said that about 3.
Yeah, true.
He told you this.
Told me and my little sister this.
And when was this?
Probably like a couple of days after Mo3 passed away.
What would make him say something like that though?
I don't know. And that's what it always that one when he said that look at you now embarrassed, stretched out in the middle of the freeway dead, I would always think in my mind. Because why are you even thinking about that? Who would say that if that's your friend, that's your partner, you would be sad at that moment. You wouldn't even be thinking everything else is irrelevant at that point.
Well, he said that he left the funeral because, I mean, when he said he left the funeral, he said leaving, you know, after the funeral and everything was over, he went to do an interview because he was ready to get back to work, you know, put them back on top. So but you also been thinking that he's moving a little sus too, right?
I think that Rainwater is suspect just because, I mean, even if he's not suspect, I wouldn't say that he was a good friend to Mo3. He wasn't a good manager because of the things that he said about him, the way he talked about him was just something that a friend wouldn't do. And the things that he told me and the fact that he went on his interview and said that Mo3 was private and this and that, as if I have never went online and put me and Mo3's business online and said anything about us sexually or what he done for me. And it's just like you continue to, I don't know. It's just like he trying to use me as a scapegoat. That's how I feel.
Do you feel like he's using Mo3's death to benefit?
Yeah. I mean, he do more interviews than his artist interview. I mean, every time I look up, it's him talking about the Money Maya or talking about it's always him. I feel like he lived for mess and he just lived for publicity. I feel like he put it in Mo3's head that publicity would sell albums, but it wasn't the right publicity. It was always the messy kind.
What did Mo3 talk to you about Rainwater? Has he ever said anything to you about Rainwater?
He never talked about him bad. Only thing he told me about Rainwater is that he was a habitual liar and he go behind his back and try to talk to females that he was talking to.
So I hope none of the information that you're going to come out with 3 told you is going to be about Rainwater, because you just said he ain't never spoke bad about Rainwater. You confusing the hell out of me here, Jocy.
I asked him, has he ever tried to deal with a woman that Mo3 was with? He said no.
Yes, he have.
And you know that to be true?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Rainwater is a habitual liar.
So you feel like, do you feel like he played a part in it?
I honestly, he called him the night and the morning of, and I don't want to put that out there and say that I feel like he is, but it's something about him, man. I don't know if that's just his character, but he's not right. He ain't right.
Notice how she's not looking into the camera. I'm not gonna say he did because you know your baby daddy did. You know Rain didn't set it up with Devin. You know Rain didn't set it up with you. You know Devin and you set this shit up, or your sisters or whoever. You already know what the fuck the drop is. You just on here bullshitting. And now I see it plain as day going back. I'm glad Ashley told me to go back and look at this damn video.
You say he called him the night before in the morning of. Now, was he asking questions? Did he acting weird, or was he just...
He asked him where he was at, and he told him where he was at. I'm at Jocy's house. Called him that morning. I'm at Jocy. They were supposed to go do a movie scene for the Triple D Revenge movie, and he called him for that.
He called him.
Yep, he called him. He called him that morning to see where he was at because they had the Triple D Revenge movie little scene for him to do. So I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, all I can say is that the truth gonna come to the light. So if he did play a part, everybody gonna get their karma. Everybody gonna get their karma. Everybody that played a part. So if he is a snake, snakes get their head cut off. All I know is that he wasn't a good friend. He talked about his friend behind his back. He said he was embarrassed, stretched out on the freeway. He told me he had on his outfit.
Did he have on his outfit?
He said he told me that he had on his outfit. Mo3 didn't tell me that was Rainwater outfit, but Rainwater told me that it was his outfit. And I'm just like, what the hell?
He said it was, he told me all he had on was his jacket. That's what he told me.
Nah, he had on a jumpsuit, so it couldn't have
been. So the jacket matched the pants is what you're saying?
The jacket matched the pants. They also got into an argument in California before he came to Dallas, where Rainwater told me and my sister that he told Mo3 it's not about who's the toughest, it's about who lasts the longest.
Who told you this?
Rainwater told me this.
He said the argument in Cali never happened.
The argument in Cali happened because he took Mo3 to the hood without protection. The argument in Cali happened.
How did Mo3 feel about that?
He was pissed off. He said he wanted to punch him. He said he wanted to beat him up because he felt like he was putting him in danger. He didn't know that he was doing a feature with somebody from California, and he had told him that the video was at a warehouse, but ended up taking him to some apartments in the hood. And he was like, I don't like going to places without protection, and I don't know where I'm at, and I got jewelry and stuff on and stuff. And he was like, they got into an argument about that. And I brought that up to Rain when I talked to him today when he talked about him. He's like, I told 3, it ain't about who the toughest, it's about who lasts the longest. And I was just like,
why would you say that to your friend?
Yeah, why would you say, like, what? And then with him passing away, with him being gone, with him saying that, I just didn't like that. Like, because I just was like, so what you saying, that you lasted or something? Like, what are you what you getting at?
So for anybody that's watching here today, what's the message you want to get out to them? What do you want to say to everybody that you haven't been able to say?
I want to say that I cared about Mo3. I genuinely cared about him. That was my friend. Never entertained the beef he was in. I always tried to steer him in the right direction and tell him to be the bigger person and tell him not to entertain the beef because I feel like he...
Now, mind you, my lining of questioning it's not drilling her because everyone is saying she's guilty. Notice how nobody was saying that. This isn't, but nobody was doing nothing to this chick. There was no list of people that was trying to kill her. There was nothing going on. Yes, a couple people said that she set the shit up, but at this point, nobody's really looking at Jocy as a suspect. No one knows about the Devin angle. No one knows about the jealous baby daddy. We don't know the facts. This is in the very, very beginning, but just notice the demeanor, bro. This ain't a chick who is scared for her life, bro. She's a liar.
Was so talented, and I wanted him to win because so many people in the city wanted to see him lose. So I wanted to see him win, and the fact that he didn't care that everybody was against him, he still continued to do him, and he continued to strive and keep doing his music. And that's what I liked about him. He didn't care that everybody was against him, and I genuinely wanted him to win. I genuinely cared about him, and I would never ever in my life would have did nothing to hurt him, harm him, set him up. None of that. I had too much love for him. It's just I wouldn't do that ever to anybody.
Did he ever talk to you about what the death of Roy Lee did to him?
It hurt him.
Do you think that's where he took a turn for the worse there, like mentally?
Yeah. He
So
did.
you think the Roy Lee death
Like
really turned him up?
Yeah. It did. And actually, like him losing his friend did too. And then I knew, then I knew that it was just like, it just was the path of destruction was just already, it was already there. It was already laid.
And did you ever talk to him about it?
Yeah, I talked to him about it. And I told him to move. I told him to move to out of town. I was trying to get him to move to Atlanta, to California. I was like, go out of town, get out the city. Like, go do your music out of town. Like Dallas, a bunch of crabs in a bucket. Like, go out of town, man.
And what did he say to you?
He was like, at the time when I told him that, that's when he was in Atlanta with Boosie. And he was like, I'm gonna stay out here with Boosie. I'm in Atlanta right now. And he was like, I'm gonna stay out here. I'm gonna only be coming out there to see my kids and stuff. And I was like, okay. But when we started talking and stuff, he was planning on moving out of town, but he didn't get the chance to.
Now, before he came to see you, is that when he came back from California?
Yes.
And that's when him and Rainwater had the argument in California.
Yes.
And Rainwater starts blowing him up when he's in town because he
didn't blow him up. He just called him that one time that night, and then he called him the next morning. But he didn't blow his phone up. He just called him and asked him where he was at, and he told him. And then he called him the next morning. But I was figuring he just, I don't know what type of relationship they had. So I don't know.
So was 3 still mad about that little Cali incident at that point?
He wasn't mad like acting mad towards him or nothing like that, but he told me that he was mad when he told me about the argument. He was like, he pissed me off. Like, why would you bring me out here with no protection? Like, I don't know these people. Like, I don't know what they'll do to me. So, but it wasn't like he was holding a grudge against him about it.
So he wasn't mad at Rainwater no more. So the story is fucking pointless for you to tell us. Mo3 moved on about the shit, and it sounds like he was cool with Rainwater. And you said Mo3 never spoke ill of Rainwater.
You know?
But he was chilling. He was still doing business.
Yeah.
You mentioned in your live video that everyone knows Rain Snake.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like he's a snake?
I feel like he's a snake. I feel like he's a fake. I feel like he's drama. He's a liar. He messy. He just all of it. Like, he just, like, I didn't know him. I didn't know him when I was talking to Mo3. Even when I was talking to him for 3 years, I never knew him or met him until he passed away. So I didn't know what type of person. I had to find out what type of person he was after the tragedy, and finding out about him, just like, I wish I knew about you before this, because I would have tried to talk him into not even being around you. Like, you.
So you just feel like he was just bad energy from Mo3?
Bad energy. Like, every time I would try to say something positive to him about something, it's just like he'll try to down it with a negative. If I try to say something positive about him, he'll try to come back with something negative to say, and I didn't like that. Like, what?
I thought you didn't know Rainwater. You said you didn't know what he looked like. You never met him. You had no idea who Rainwater was before Mo3 died. But it sounds like you was around Rain a lot. You know an awful lot about Rainwater to not know what the man looked like. And see, you just a fucking liar, girl.
No issue.
So you feel like he just always trying to pick. He's just always trying to find something to be drama about.
Yeah.
Okay. So did Mo3 ever tell you what type of nightmares he was having? You said he kept having nightmares after that reading.
He didn't tell me that he didn't tell me what his nightmares was about, but He told me that he's had dreams of shooting dice with the oppositions.
He was just shooting.
But
So
he
you
didn't
say
ever tell me. Yeah. He
just
told
shooting
me
dice in a dream.
yeah. But he didn't tell me about the nightmares. No, he didn't tell me about that. But he did
So
say I had nightmares. Like I had nightmares after that reading. And after that, he never brought back up the nightmares after that, actually.
He only talked about that one time.
Yeah. He was just telling me don't do it.
He told you not to get the reading?
Camera. I'm trying to look into the camera.
He said he told you not to do the reading?
Yeah, he told me not to do the reading. He was like, don't do that, Jocelyn. I had nightmares. He was like, after I had that reading, I had.
So he told you not to do the reading, and then you go do the reading anyway. As soon as he dies, you do the exact thing. You do the complete opposite of what he told you to do. He said, "Don't do that interview. It fucked me up," and you go do the interview.
Nightmares, don't do it.
So after you spoke with that lady, did anything weird happen with you?
Nothing weird. Yeah, weird stuff happened. All of this happened. Everybody attacking me. Shit, the devil being busy since then. But I still talk to her though. I'm saying you talking about after the reading after Mo3 passed away?
Yeah, after that.
Yeah. All of this stuff happened. It's just like I started getting attacked by people. She went on live and was saying that we had something to do with it. And so yeah.
And you never talked to this lady before that?
I've never talked to her before. My sister talked to her, but before that day, I've never talked to her or had a reading.
Jackie.
Nothing.
And she was typically cool with them, or?
No, my sister literally found her on Facebook, like seeing her giving somebody a reading on Facebook.
Oh, so she was tested out.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Like, and she wasn't his spiritual advisor. That was the only time she gave him a reading. He never called her and talked to her about anything. No, he talked to her one time. He had nightmares, and that was it. She was trying to reach out.
She lied about everything.
Yeah, she lied. Yes.
And you feel like she used y'all to get to what? Like she used y'all as pawns in her little game.
Yeah. Yep. For following.
Okay.
Her following shot up. She used it for following. It didn't come from a genuine place of, oh, I'm a Mo. She didn't even know who he was when she did his reading. All of a sudden, she wasn't even answering the phone for him or writing him back when he would write her. She was like, he was like, I'm trying to get in contact with this lady. She not writing me back. She not even contacting me back. I'm trying to get in contact with her. And she wouldn't write him back and stuff.
Do you want justice for Mo3?
Yeah, I want justice for him.
Do you feel like it's over, that they got the people, it's done, or do you?
Nope, I don't feel like it's over.
You think there's more to come?
It's more to.
You know why she's saying that? Because Keywan was the only person, and we were still waiting on Devin. She knows Devin is already cooked. She knows she turned Devin in. She knows about Yellow Beezy. She knows about everything. She knows the whole play. But that's why. Oh no, more people are.
There's definitely more to come. I feel like God is going to reveal everybody. I feel like, and even if he don't reveal everybody, I feel like everybody gonna have their day, whether they under the jail or they in the ground. Everybody gonna have their day, because karma gonna come around. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly.
So yeah, you definitely feel like it's not done. That nigga, we should still be doing what we're doing, and we still should be pressing the issue.
I mean, I don't feel like the bloggers should press the issue just because, pressing the issue, I feel like y'all pressing the issue is not going to do nothing for them. You know, I just feel like that's just keeping up a lot of confusion and all of that stuff, and getting his fans all in the uproar and stuff. Like, I just want the people that's doing their job to do their job and bring everybody to justice, because it's just an emotional situation, even for his family and his kids. So, you know, I try not to even follow the blogs and follow the interviews. Lately, I have, though, since the blog that came out before his album. Lately, I've been following, but before that, I haven't followed them, because I just don't want to see the negativity. Like, I've been through enough with going through people saying me and my sisters had something to do with him getting set up. So I just try not to even think about it, because I can't even think about the good things because of all of this bad shit that's going on.
I do got a really good question, though, without saying any names about that situation. That blogger that that y'all dealt with,
Mm-hmm.
how did it spin from a person looking like they're protecting you, oh, these are my babies, that these girls are innocent, to switching the whole entire narrative to saying you were in the car with him, is what I heard. I heard that, and all type of stuff, that you were guilty, y'all are all going to jail. How did it go from that to that?
Honestly, I really feel like Rainwater paid that blogger off, and that's why I did my live, and I was upset because when that blogger did that, and that's what the reason why I feel like that is because, like you said, he was saying that we didn't have nothing to do with it for 5 months. He was saying we had nothing to do with it. He was ready to go to bat for us, and then a day before the album dropped, all of a sudden he's saying that we got something to do with it, and it was just like a slap in the face. It was just like people had just started to leave me alone and not mess with me. So when that blogger did that, it's just like it was November all over again. And I was just like so upset because I had been asking Rainwater to clear my name. When I first talked to him after Mo3 passed away, he called me.
But that's the same snake, lying, habitual liar. You got bad vibes, bad energy. He never had nothing positive to say. Why would you want a person like that to clear your name?
And he told me, he said, I know that you did not have nothing to do with this. He spoke highly of you. I know you didn't have nothing to do with it and all of that stuff. And I had been asking him for the longest to clear my name. And he never cleared my name in all in months. And people left me, and I left it alone. I was just like, you know what? He was telling me he was going to go on platforms and clear my name and stuff. He had told me, then he told me one time to wait after the album release. The album was supposed to release what, in December? It was originally was supposed to release in December. And he was like, wait till after the album dropped because 3 prophesied to death and I'll clear your name. And so then when the blogger did that and I see him still not clearing my name, I was just like, this is just, I had it at that point. Like, I had it at that point. Like, no.
Now, were you ever on any of those lives speaking to him personally? Or was that your
Nope.
sisters?
I never spoke with him personally on live.
So you haven't spoken to anyone since this happened?
Nope.
So this is your first time speaking to anyone?
This is my first time doing a interview with anybody.
Right on. Well, I'm really glad you chose RatchetTV, and I feel like.
Yeah, she said that in her last interview. This is my first interview. You just be lying. Girl, just be lying her ass off. Girl, your first interview was with RatchetTV, and we still got it. Your first interview was with Ratchet.
You getting your message out there. I mean, is there anything else you want people to know? Is there anything you want to say about you, Mo3, the situation, anything?
I think I said everything I need to say. I want to say, I guess it's, like I said, everybody gonna reap what they sow. Everybody gonna reap what they sow. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I'm not Money Maya. I was Mo3 friend. I genuinely cared about him. Stop inboxing me, attacking me about it. Because if he was alive, I'm sure this wouldn't even be going on. This wouldn't be going on. He would have been clearing my name. He would have been said I didn't have nothing to do with it. So at the end of the day, everybody gonna reap what they sow. Everybody gonna get what they deserve. If Rainwater played a part, he's gonna get what he deserves. So that's all I have to say.
Jocy Banks, I'm very glad you came down here. You did this interview with RatchetTV. We appreciate you, and much love to you.
Thank
and
you.
stay safe out there.
Thank you.
RatchetTV loves you. No problem.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
All right, so we see right there, she's the habitual liar. Like, looking back on that interview, she definitely withheld a lot of information. She never wanted to bring up Devin Brown. She had already knew Devin Brown was about to be arrested. At this point, she knows Devin Brown's getting arrested. She's been in contact with the detectives. She's on the internet faking the funk like her baby daddy didn't have nothing to do with it, like she just didn't turn her baby daddy in. I'm just starting to look at you and your family like y'all set this shit up. You wanted it to look like Rainwater. Meanwhile, it was you and your Devin. You already knew of his past beef with Devin. You knew of his past beef with Yellow Beezy. But you're on the internet pretending like I didn't know nothing about shit, man. I had no idea. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know him. I didn't know nothing about Mo3. I didn't know nothing about his music. But you just said I knew about his beef in the streets. How he have beef without music? Mo3 wasn't just out here beefing with people his whole life. Mo3 started having rap beef. So you knew him as a rapper. He was already an established rapper when you met him in 2016, 2017. He was already an established rapper that was blowing up in the Dallas music scene. So by the time 2020 hit, when you finally want to meet him face to face, he's in a full-fledged beef with your baby daddy and his clique, GRC. You know your baby daddy was GRC. You knew Keywan White. You knew Mo3's beef with these people. You knew all the ins and outs of everything that was going on in the city of Dallas. But you on the internet pretending like this is your first time hearing about all this shit. Jocelyn. You, ma'am, are the habitual liar. You, ma'am, are completely full of it. So what I have to say to you is you might want to go back to the drawing board if you think you're not testifying, ma'am. You're getting on that stand. or they might hold you in contempt of court. You can't use this fake, oh well, I'm scared and people are attacking me. You just said you've been attacked the whole time. What's different now? Ain't nobody sending you no death threats. Show them to us. Show us the death threats you used to get. Nobody's fucking with you. We just all calling you on your bullshit, and you don't like to be called on it. And now you know you're gonna get up on that stand, and they gonna flip you. When the other side goes to cross you, you're gonna look stupid as hell, and you know all of the truth is gonna come out about you and your sisters and everything that y'all knew, because y'all were the ones going to look for the camera footage. It wasn't Rainwater and number 7. It was you and Jackie, Sweet Pea. Y'all was going to look for the footage. Y'all are the reason that lady moved up out that damn apartment. Y'all were stalking and harassing her for that camera footage. It wasn't Rainwater. It was you. She went and looked for Rainwater, and he pulled out the receipts and showed he ain't lying. You're lying. Show us your interactions with that lady. I bet you can't. I bet you can't. So what I got to say to y'all is, Ratchet Gang, I think we finally figured them out. They are the setup queens. They set this play up into motion and tried to throw rocks and hide their hands when the information started getting too hot. Once it started getting too hot, they dropped that hot potato. It was like, oh, I don't know I don't know what y'all talking about. I didn't even know Mo3 like that. I didn't know that. I barely met that nigga. I have no idea. But he told you everything. Mo3 didn't know you, but he told you all his murders. He told you all the things he was doing in the streets. You ready to expose him? This was your friend. Now you want to expose your homeboy. Now you want to go expose your homeboy because the internet is picking on me. Oh my God, the internet's picking on me. Let me go expose my friend and throw him under the bus during his trial and say, fuck his justice because y'all are picking on me 5 years later because I'm still doing interviews and I'm still fucking lying. Jocy, we don't feel sorry for you, baby girl. We don't feel sorry for your big bad built ass. We don't one bit whatsoever. Get your big ass off the internet and stop the clout chasing. Just log off. If you so scared, log off. Just wait till trial. That's what most witnesses do in murder cases. When in their city and they have to testify, they go ghost. They don't go head on the internet and start doing interviews. I don't think, if you're scared, I think the last thing you should do is an interview, exposing everything. And the last thing you might want to do is go expose Mo3 and throw his trial. You think that's going to go over well? Let me tell you something. There's some people lurking in the bushes. One with the initials might be SG. Diamond, no. One might have the initials SG. And they can't wait to catch y'all slipping. Jackie, you going to be the one that's going to get it. And you going to feel it. Trust me, Jackie, when they get you, you going to feel every bit of it and not the way you like feeling it, baby girl. So Jackie, Jacqueline, Jocelyn, and Jasmine. Let's talk to y'all sisters, the setup queens. You're going to reap what you sow and you're going to pay what you owe. I'm going to say that again. You're going to reap what you sow and you're going to pay what you owe. This your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang. And this is RatchetTV. Make sure y'all get in that comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Did she set that shit up? Did she not set that shit up? What y'all think? Do y'all believe her now, or does she look credible after my interview and looking at her latest interview, or does she look like she's not a credible witness? This girl is a play runner based on rewinding and fast forwarding. I want y'all to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, share the video, hype the video. This is the one you want to hype right here. Make sure you get your hype points and hype this video up before you get up out of here. Hype my video up, man. Salute to the gang, salute to all the moderators, salute to the green team. I love y'all. Make sure you send a donation via super chat, super sticker, or Cash App, $ RatchetTV. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, though, as always. And y'all know I love y'all more than y'all will ever know. Get into my comment section and let me know what y'all thought about this now that we done rewinded and paid attention to Jocelyn's first interview. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. This your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang. And this is RatchetTV. And as always, until the next episode, I'll catch y'all I'm gone.